Hey guys, it's Millie. So in today's video I'm going to be doing another one of my dating a blank. This is part of my new series on my channel, which I go through all of the zodiac signs and tell you what they're like when they're dating people. I'm nearly at the end. I think we've got like 3 left, and today's video is all about dating an Aries. So if you are dating one, you could potentially be dating one, or you just fancy them a bit and want to see what they're up to, this is the video for you. So give this a like and comment and let's get started. So out of all the zodiac signs, Aries are #1 for loving the chase. They just love competition. I feel like Aries men are extremely manly and just really want some competition. They just want like to have some sort of game in a relationship. Whether that's a good or bad thing, it's up to you and in what circumstance, but they love the chase of someone. They love someone who doesn't just give in easily. Like they love waiting months to get to know someone first before they do anything. They just love that kind of vibe. Obviously that always depends on the age and their maturity, because boys are boys at the end of the day. But girls wise, they're exactly the same. They love to not be bored. They want to always be stimulated competition wise. They tend to joke around by being like, not rude, but in a rude sort of way, if you know what I mean. Really sarcastic people, love to just get on your nerves. They're the type that would like kick you in the playground because you're their crush. That sort of type. Like they want to be rude to you because they like you. That's like Aries #1. They love to motivate people. So whether you really want to get into the gym, they'll be in that gym, be your personal trainer, getting you motivated. And they love making people feel better about themselves, because sometimes they can get down about insecurities and they just want to lift other people up. So that's the #1 thing with Aries, is they love to motivate their partner. So that's a really good thing, I think. Another thing with Aries in a relationship is they're quite childlike. So that means immaturity can play a massive part in a companionship, a partnership, because they will constantly kind of be making immature comments, or just if you have an argument, they'll deal with it in an immature way. That's just the way they are. You've got to take the good with the bad. The good is that they're really fun and outgoing, but the bad side is they can be really immature in arguments and say things they definitely do not mean. They have extremely different like moods. They have mood swings literally every hour of every day. They can be really happy. Like when they're happy, they are extremely happy, and then when they're sad, they're extremely sad. There's never like in the middle. So when you're in a relationship, if you have an argument, they're going to be really angry. Or if they feel upset about the situation, they'll literally cry so much. It's just whether you catch them on a good or bad day. If you say, I feel like they can't take criticism. Like if you say to them, if you just like insult them, but not in, if you're, let's just say, they can give, but they can't take it back. So if you're in like a little bit of a bicker, like a sibling bicker, I know me and my brother are definitely like this. He'll be saying stuff, I'll say one thing back to him, and then it's like angry, sees red, and they just come for you. That's literally an Aries, whether you're a man or a woman. That's literally what they're like. But also when they're happy, they're really loving people. They love to see people happy around them, but it just means you have to deal with their mood swings, because there's never a middle section with an Aries. There's never like a happy medium between each one. It's just one extreme to the other. So that's definitely a thing that plays a part in relationships with Aries. They tend to be very dominating characters, whether they're male or female. The females I know that are Aries are quite like strong in the way they present themselves, and they like to be quite dominant. Same with men. I found that they're very like, I hate to like stereotype manly, but they are quite like dominant characters. They like to be in control. They like what's theirs, and they like they can be quite possessive at times, because they're quite dominant, they have a power over you almost. They want you to be theirs and that's it. But yeah, that's like a extremely dominant characters. People can get confused sometimes with Aries because they are extremely jealous people. So if you're on a night out and you're maybe talking to a friend that's a boy or you're talking to a friend that's a girl, they'll get really jealous, and they don't take jealousy very well, but then they might not even like you. They're just being jealous to be jealous, because it's theirs, but they don't act, they might turn around the next day and not actually like you. They're very like that. They can be quite hot and cold sometimes. The reason why they can be quite hot and cold in relationships is because they always look for the next thing, and they don't mean to. It's just their personality, it's just their way, but they love to look into like kind of, I feel like they live for the future, similar to Capricorns but in a completely different like area. They look in the future to kind of be like, what's next in my life? Am I going to get in a new relationship? Am I going to meet someone else? Who is this person? Oh my god, did you just see her? They're very like, their minds are constantly working on who's next, what's next, and that can be difficult in a relationship, but it also keeps the relationship going. It keeps the spark almost, because you're kept on your toes sort of thing. So Aries can lie quite a lot, but they lie about silly things, like literally if you ask them, what did you have for dinner? They would just lie, but I don't think they realise they do it, they just lie. But if you want that, but they are quite straight up people, like as in if you say, do I look fat in this outfit? They'll most likely tell you if they like it or not. They're straight up in that way. Or if you want to get a nice like opinion on a picture that you're going to upload, you'll get a straightforward answer. However, if you're going to ask them where they're going, they're going to lie. So it's just, they lie about silly little things, but when it comes to opinions on things, they'll be straightforward. So it's just that little line that sometimes they cross that really isn't necessary, and obviously that can lead to trust issues in relationships, and we don't want that. Something that is so like adorable about Aries is that they love really hard. When they fall in love, they have fallen in love like fully, deeply. They don't want to ruin anything. They just really want it to work out. Even if, I feel like with Aries, even if it's going wrong, they will try and stay in the relationship because they love you so much. They might not be in love with you, but they find that love is so powerful, so they want to kind of keep that. But that's one thing I know with kind of all Aries, is they love hard and deeply. But obviously that means when they are heartbroken, as we know they have mood swings, they will be heartbroken, like not leaving their bed, eating or not eating, or just extremely sad, because that's just the way they are. They are either really happy, really sad. So if they're in a relationship, they love hard, and if they ain't, then they get heartbroken. They are heartbroken for a long time. As I said about the temper issues, like they can be really happy and sad. One other thing with Aries, similar to them being dominant, is they're extremely aggressive people. I've got an Aries rising, and that's kind of why sometimes I can come across as quite aggressive, because they don't mean it, it's just how they are, and they express themselves by being aggressive. They're quite like, answer me now, or like, I can't explain it, but yeah, if you know an Aries or you're dating one, you'll know they're just explosive. They will go off on one over a tiny little thing. That's just how they are. So that's one, probably a downside, but all the other things you can look at from all different points of views. But overall, they love really hard, and they're just extremely fun people. Yeah, that's all you need to know about Aries. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you give it a like, a comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.